Chapter 11. Morning Shadows. The motel room was dimly lit, the morning light filtering through thin curtains that did little to block the outside world. Cody lay sprawled on the bed, blankets tangled around him. The hum of the TV provided a soft backdrop, its news report filling the quiet space. The screen showed a reporter, Brooke Buckner, standing outside a rundown double-wide trailer. Police tape fluttered behind her in the early morning breeze. Numbers tell me the shooting happened right here at Hunter Street and North 16th Street, inside this double-wide, Brooke said, her voice steady and professional. According to police, calls came in just after 1:13 p.m. on Friday afternoon. The scene cut to a neighbor, Mark Williams, his face pinched with worry. "It's a bad area with bad people," Mark said. "My mother woke me up and said there were some gunshots. My niece and nephew heard it, and by the time I looked outside, there were a lot of police out here, and I saw the yellow tape, so I already knew what it meant." Brooke returned to the screen. Police believe both victims were involved in the robbery. Williams and other neighbors tell me the home had lots of different visitors daily, and the whole situation is scary. Police aren't releasing the victims' names at this time because family needs to be notified. Arkadelphia Homicide is leading the investigation, but Arkansas State Police and Clark County Sheriff's Office are also assisting. We'll continue to follow the story and update you as we find out more on air and online in Arkadelphia. Brooke Buckner, THV 11 News. Cody stirred, his face tightening as he absorbed the words. He stared at the screen for a moment longer than necessary, as if the answers to his growing unease might somehow emerge from the pixels. A sharp knock at the door startled him, pulling him from his thoughts. He froze, tension coiling through his body. The knock came again, louder this time. "Yo, Cody, wake up! It's almost checkout. As your manager, I got you some breakfast," PJ's voice called from the other side. Relief washed over Cody. He exhaled, rubbing his face with both hands before swinging his legs over the side of the bed. "Thanks, PJ. Hang on," Cody said, his voice rough from sleep. He reached for the remote, switching off the TV. But even with the screen dark, the report lingered in his mind. He crossed the room to the door, pausing for a brief glance back, as though expecting the news to come alive again. Then with a slow breath, he unlocked the door and opened it. PJ stood there holding a tray, the smell of coffee and greasy breakfast wafting into the room. His grin was wide and easy, a stark contrast to Cody's grim demeanor. "Morning, man. Eat up. We've got a long day ahead," PJ said, handing over the tray. Cody took it with a nod, managing a faint smile as he set it down on the dresser. His thoughts, though, remained heavy with the weight of the news. "And I need $20 for breakfast reimbursement," PJ added, his grin not wavering. Cody's smile faded. He reached into his bag, pulling out a familiar orange pill bottle. Without hesitation, he popped 3 pills into his mouth, swallowing them dry. "Easy on them pills, man. You've been running through 'em like candy," PJ said, his tone edged with concern. Cody grabbed another pill, locking eyes with PJ as he swallowed it deliberately. "Want to keep going?" he asked, his voice low and defiant. PJ held his hands up in mock surrender. "Nah, I'm good, but why you take those? Big Pharma got you by the balls." Cody's gaze drifted away, his tone quieter. "In my own way, I've been looking to die." The words hung heavy in the air. PJ frowned, studying Cody's face. "What's so bad you want to off yourself?" "It's not so much I want to die," Cody said after a moment. "I just know it's coming anyway. Sooner than later, I'm sure. I just want to control my own destiny, I guess." PJ leaned against the doorframe, skepticism flickering across his face. "Now what the fuck you mean by that?" Cody exhaled slowly, running a hand through his hair. "I want to go like my granddaddy, as clean-living a man as ever walked this earth. Grammy made him his lunch one day, then he took a nap and never woke up. Heart attack. Sounds as good a way to go as any, and better than most." PJ let out a low whistle, shaking his head. "Well, you're on the right track." Cody's expression tightened. "I was." Without another word, he grabbed the pill bottle and tossed it into his guitar case, snapping the lid shut with finality. "At least think about putting them in something a little less conspicuous," PJ said, his voice lighter now. "Let's go," Cody said, slinging the guitar case over his shoulder. "I gotta get west."